Your wallet isn't empty, it's just exhausted from your financial circus. Every time you treat yourself, it screams like a hostage begging for mercy. But don't worry, I'm not here to guilt trip you. I'm here to expose 14 painfully simple money habits that would make your bank account stop crying and maybe even whisper, "Thank you, Daddy." Fact number 1. The 24-hour rule, because impulse buys are just drunk decisions in daylight. You know that rush you get when you see something shiny online and your brain whispers, "You deserve this?" Yeah, that's dopamine. It's not self-care, it's self-sabotage with free shipping. The 24-hour rule is like installing a sobriety test between you and your wallet. Wait a full day before buying anything you didn't plan for. Here's what happens. 90% of the time, the need disappears faster than your paycheck on payday. That $70 candle suddenly looks less like aromatherapy and more like, "I hate my future." The other 10%, you'll still want it, and that's fine, because now you're making a decision, not reacting to an emotional pop-up ad in your brain. Congratulations, you just bought yourself financial peace, and maybe fewer dumb regrets delivered in cardboard boxes. Fact number 2. Budgeting isn't boring. You're just addicted to financial chaos. Let's be honest. When someone says, "make a budget," your brain immediately flatlines. You imagine spreadsheets, color-coded cells, and the sweet sound of your will to live evaporating. But here's the ugly truth. If you don't tell your money where to go, it just vanishes like your motivation on Monday morning. Most people treat budgeting like a punishment. It's not. It's GPS for your cash. Without it, you're basically driving blindfolded through a financial demolition derby and wondering why your car keeps exploding every month. A budget doesn't make you cheap. It makes you aware, which is terrifying, because awareness means you'll finally see how much you've been donating to Starbucks retirement fund. Start small. Track 1 week of your expenses, just 7 days. You'll discover a horrifying new genre of spending. Did I really need that? Horror. But that's where the magic happens. Awareness hurts at first, then it heals. Because once you see where your money actually goes, you can finally stop pretending it's the economy's fault. Fact number 3. Cancel your subscriptions. Your bank account has Stockholm Syndrome. Somewhere in your budget, there's a gym you haven't seen since 2019, still taking $15 a month to remind you of your failures. Your streaming services? They've multiplied like rabbits. You've got Netflix for background noise, Hulu for that one show you swore you'd finish, and Disney Plus because apparently nostalgia now charges a monthly fee. Here's the truth. Your subscriptions have become financial mosquitoes, tiny, quiet, and relentlessly sucking the life out of your wallet while you tell yourself it's only a few dollars. A few dollars times 12 services times 12 months equals, why do I still feel broke? Do this. Check your statements. Every single one. You'll find ghost charges for apps you didn't even know you owned. Cancel them ruthlessly. Think of it as an exorcism for your bank account, banishing all those invisible parasites disguised as convenience. And here's the punchline. You won't even miss them. The average person only uses 2 out of every 7 subscriptions they pay for. The other 5 are just emotional clutter, digital proof that humans are allergic to saying no to free trials. Fact number 4. Pay yourself first, because future you is tired of your excuses. You know that feeling when payday hits and you suddenly feel rich enough to adopt a dolphin? Yeah, that's the lie your brain tells you before the bills attack. Most people treat saving like a leftover, something you do after spending. But if your savings depend on what's left at the end of the month, spoiler, there will never be anything left. Here's the hack that every financial adult secretly uses. Pay yourself first. Before you pay Netflix, before you Venmo your friend for tacos, before you even remember rent exists. The moment your paycheck lands, slice off 10-20% and send it straight to a separate savings or investment account. Don't trust your self-control. Automate it like a guilt-proof robot. It's the only legal way to trick yourself into wealth. Because saving isn't about discipline. It's about removing your own stupidity from the equation. In a few months, you'll open that account, see a real balance, and feel something you haven't felt in years. Relief. Future. You will look back at present you and whisper, finally, you stopped acting like a toddler with a debit card. Fact number 5. Lifestyle inflation. The art of staying broke at a higher level. You ever notice how every time you make more money, you somehow end up just as broke? Only now your broke comes with leather seats and overpriced sushi? That, my financially confused friend, is lifestyle inflation. The world's most socially acceptable scam we pull on ourselves. It starts small. You get a raise, and suddenly the $5 coffee feels earned. Then you upgrade your apartment because you deserve better lighting. Next thing you know, you're financing a car with Wi-Fi, scented cup holders, and enough monthly payments to qualify as a second mortgage. Here's the cruel joke: your spending always expands to match your income, and sometimes it gets there early. You're not wealthier, you're just fancier at being broke. Lifestyle inflation is basically running on a treadmill made of dollar bills. Looks like progress, feels exhausting, and gets you nowhere. The fix? Freeze your lifestyle for 6 months after every raise. Pretend your paycheck didn't change. Funnel the difference into savings or investments. Watch how fast extra money turns into actual freedom. Because nothing screams success louder than not panicking when your car makes that new noise. Fact number 6. The emergency fund. Because I'll figure it out isn't a strategy. Every broke person's favorite phrase: I'll deal with it when it happens. Translation: I will absolutely panic, borrow from my mom, and pretend the universe is out to get me. Here's the brutal truth. Life doesn't care about your plans. Your car, your teeth, and your boss all hold secret meetings to ruin your finances at the exact same time. That's why you need an emergency fund, not a vacation savings, not your crypto wallet, not your cousin's promise to pay you back, a boring, accessible pile of cash that exists purely for chaos. 3 to 6 months of expenses is the gold standard. But even $500 can stop a crisis from turning into a full-blown financial meltdown. Think of it as emotional armor against the world's nonsense. When the fridge dies or your job ghost drops you, you don't have to beg, borrow, or emotionally spiral. You just handle it. And the best part? Once you've got that safety net, every other part of your financial life gets easier, because nothing says I'm finally an adult like watching a disaster hit and calmly thinking, nice try, universe. Fact number 7. Credit cards, tiny plastic liars with excellent marketing. Ah yes, credit cards. Those shiny rectangles that whisper, you can afford it, while quietly plotting your financial obituary. You tell yourself they're for points and building credit. But let's be honest, you're just collecting airline miles you'll never use while financing a $6 latte at 24% interest. Credit cards are like toxic relationships. They love bomb you with bonuses, gaslight you with minimum payments, and by the time you realize it's abusive, you're emotionally attached to the cashback. And that minimum payment? That's not mercy, it's a trap. It's like paying rent to stay broke longer. Here's the real flex: using a credit card without paying a single cent in interest. Treat it like a debit card that sends you passive-aggressive emails. Pay it in full every month, no exceptions. Because every dollar you don't pay off isn't just debt. It's proof that you financed something forgettable, like tacos from last April. When you finally stop worshiping your credit limit as free money, you'll realize the only reward worth chasing is a balance of zero. Nothing feels more luxurious than debt-free silence. Fact number 8. Compound interest, the only legal way to clone your money. Here's a wild idea. What if your money actually worked harder than you do? Welcome to the sorcery known as compound interest, where money makes more money while you're busy doom-scrolling and pretending to budget. It's basically financial magic, except it's real, and you've been ignoring it because it sounds like math. Here's the deal. Every dollar you save earns a little interest. Then that interest earns interest. Then that interest breeds more money like financially responsible rabbits. Give it time, and suddenly that boring $200 investment becomes a smug little empire of cash. But here's the dark side. Compound interest doesn't care which direction it compounds. It works against you just as powerfully when you're in debt. That's why credit cards are billion-dollar businesses. They've weaponized math against your self-control. So yeah, start early, even small amounts, because every year you wait is like setting your future self on fire for fun. Compound interest rewards the patient and punishes the procrastinators, or as banks call them, customers. Fact number 9. Emotional spending, because apparently therapy is too expensive. We've all been there. Bad day, bad boss, bad mood, And suddenly you're one click away from solving your problems with express shipping. That, my financially fragile friend, is emotional spending. Retail therapy's evil twin that bills you monthly for temporary happiness. Here's the science. Your brain is a manipulative little gremlin. It floods you with dopamine when you buy, not when you own. That's why opening packages feels like Christmas and checking your balance feels like Judgment Day. You're not shopping for things, you're shopping for feelings. And feelings are terrible investments. You tell yourself, I deserve this. Cool. But do you also deserve the anxiety attack when the credit card statement arrives? The truth is, emotional spending doesn't fix your stress. It just reschedules it with interest. Here's a fix. Create a rage list. Anytime you want to impulse buy, write down what you almost bought and why. Check back in a week. You'll realize your life-changing purchase was actually a stress tantrum with tracking updates. Because the most expensive thing you can buy isn't that new gadget. It's the illusion that money can fix your mood. Spoiler, it can't, but a decent night's sleep might. Fact number 10. Social media, the marketplace of financial delusion. Instagram isn't a social network anymore. It's a 24/7 ad campaign designed to make you feel broke, ugly, and behind schedule. Everyone's soft life looks like luxury until you realize half of it is credit card debt with a Valencia filter. You're comparing your Tuesday panic to someone else's sponsored vacation. Spoiler, they can't afford it either. Social media has turned comparison into a full-time job. And guess what? The salary is anxiety. You scroll past someone's new car, new house, new teeth, and think, maybe I need that too. No, you don't. You need boundaries and Wi-Fi with a parental control setting for your wallet. Influencers aren't rich, they're in costume. Behind every passive income post is a brand deal, a payment plan, or a landlord named Mom. Stop trying to keep up with people who literally make money pretending they have money. Here's your power move. Treat social media like a movie. Enjoy the spectacle, but don't try to live in it. Because if you spend your life chasing other people's highlight reels, you'll miss the plot twist where your own finances quietly implode. Fact number 11. The fake flex, how buying status keeps you poor. Nothing screams financial literacy like a $900 phone on a $9 bank balance. Welcome to the era of the fake flex, where people spend real money trying to look rich while their wallets quietly cry in lowercase. It's not about owning nice things. It's about owning the illusion of success. You finance the car, lease the lifestyle, and rent the confidence, all to impress people who are too busy pretending to care about their own image to notice yours. That's not ambition. That's cosplay for capitalism. The psychology behind it is brutal. Your brain links appearance with security, so you chase validation instead of value. But here's the secret the truly wealthy already know. Real money whispers. It doesn't need Gucci logos to introduce itself. The loudest flex is financial silence. Try this experiment. For 1 month, buy nothing for the sake of looking good. No branded anything, no statement pieces, just function. You'll feel uncomfortable at first, like a peacock in witness protection. But then you'll feel something new, freedom. Because the second you stop performing wealth, you can actually start building it. Factor number 12. Financial boundaries, how to say no without sounding like a villain. Money isn't just numbers, it's energy. And right now, you're probably leaking it to friends, family, and that one coworker who still forgets their wallet at lunch. Setting financial boundaries doesn't make you cold-hearted. It makes you conscious. You're not stingy. You're just done funding other people's bad habits. Here's the thing. Every time you say yes when you can't afford to, you're basically paying an emotional tax for guilt. You lend money, you never see it again, and somehow you end up apologizing. That's not generosity. That's self-sabotage with good manners. Real talk. Saying no is a financial power move. It's a tiny act of rebellion against every system that told you your worth depends on how much you give away. You can't pour from an empty wallet, no matter how noble you feel. So practice it. Politely, firmly, guilt-free. I can't contribute right now, but I hope it goes great. Boom. No explanations, no justifications. Strong boundaries don't require essays, just confidence. Because the moment you stop treating other people's emergencies as your responsibility, your money finally gets the chance to do what it's supposed to, protect you. Fact number 13. Consistency, the boring magic trick that actually makes you rich. Everybody wants the secret to wealth, but here's the punchline. It's boring. No drama, no fireworks, no get rich in 90 days guru vibes, just consistency. Tiny, unsexy actions repeated until your money starts compounding out of sheer respect for your discipline. The real enemy isn't poverty, it's impatience. You save for a week, invest for a month, and when nothing explodes in confetti, you give up and buy new sneakers to celebrate progress. That's not strategy. That's financial ADHD. We worship overnight success stories, but ignore that every lucky person spent years being consistent when nobody was watching. Automate your savings. Invest regularly, even if it's pocket change. Budget every month like it's a religion. It's not thrilling, but neither is financial panic, and you've already tried that one. Think of consistency as compound interest for your habits. The longer you keep showing up, the bigger your results get. So yeah, wealth isn't sexy at first. It's repetitive, disciplined, and sometimes mind-numbingly dull. But then one day, while everyone else is manifesting abundance, you're quietly living it. Fact emerger 14. Financial freedom, it's not about rich, it's about calm. Here's the twist. No one tells you. Financial freedom doesn't feel like winning the lottery. It feels like silence. No stress, no panic, no "please clear your balance" emails ruining your morning coffee. It's not yachts or private jets. It's looking at a bill and feeling nothing. True wealth isn't about how much money you make. It's about how little you worry about it. When you've got savings, systems, and a plan that actually works, life stops being a constant math problem. You stop chasing every sale, stop pretending manifestation is a strategy, and start realizing that peace is the most luxurious thing money can buy. Financial freedom isn't the flex, it's the end of the performance. It's not about proving you've made it. It's about not needing to prove anything at all. That's the moment your wallet finally shuts up, not because it's empty, but because it's finally safe. And there you have it, 14 brutally simple habits that'll make your wallet stop crying for help. Which one's your personal financial villain? The fake flex, emotional spending, or maybe your 9-a-month gym ghost? Tell me below, because admitting the dumb stuff we do with money is the first step to finally shutting up our screaming wallets.